America. Bonjour, hi, Canada. It is January the 19th in the year of our Lord 2021. And a new era is upon us. Finally figured it out why I was feeling so good about this new era. Didn't see it coming. Had no idea it would unfold this way. But the Cleveland Browns actually are really back. I noted last night, just couldn't figure out why I was so happy yesterday. And normally at the end of a Browns season, for literally as long as I can remember, it's been gloom and doom. I don't remember 1964 when the Browns won it all. This is before the Super Bowl. They've never been to the Super Bowl. They've lost three AFC title games, all three to Denver. So I hate Denver. People know that. And we didn't win Sunday. Browns lost to KC. But after talking to my boys and my friends and the Browns community online, it became obvious that everyone was pretty happy. In fact, satisfied, excited, because the team, for the first time since the exile and return, actually has a plan and a coach and a GM and a QB and a roster that's set, that's going to be improved by the draft. And they're going to be really good next year. OBJ will be back. And so for the first time, we're satisfied. First time ever. Ever. I mean, you lose the fumble in the drive and you get blown out in those three games with Denver, and you go home mad. Or you go 0-16 and you're despairing, or you go 1-15 and you say, how do we ever get out of this hole? Instead, we end up 12-6. I renewed my season tickets long ago, but I'm in a good mood. I'm in a great mood. The Browns and the Indians have a strange hook into me, but that's not unusual for Ohio people. The WHK 1420 audience know what I'm talking about. Am I not right, Cleveland? Am I not right, Columbus? I am right. That's why we're happy. It's the end of another era. It's the last full day that President Trump is president. It's Pardon Day. That's what it should be called. We've got President's Weekend and the 4th of July, and we've got Inauguration Day and New Year's Day and Christmas Day and Pardon Day. And every president does it. And it's when the old faithful of pardons erupts from 1600, and we'll see who's on there. Not a big deal. The big deal today, and what I want to talk to you about, is President-elect Biden's proposal on immigration. It's the only story. The proposal to spend COVID relief, $1.9 billion, that's going to go through the grinder. That's going to be it's a 60-vote deal in the Senate, so Mitch McConnell and Chuck Schumer have to agree. They just have to agree, and they will probably go about the same process that was used with the CARES Act, with a slight bit more Democrat tilt than Republican tilt. But unless Mitch is happy and the Republican caucus is happy, and Mitch does a good job of making those one and the same, as I wrote in the Washington Post yesterday, it's not going to come out, but it needs to come out, so it will get done. And that's not a 100 days accomplishment. That's just a continuation of COVID relief after COVID relief. And eventually we have to deal with the debt, but that's not today's problem. Biden needs a signature accomplishment because spending money isn't a signature accomplishment. I mean, Donald Trump spent $2.4 trillion on COVID relief. It didn't get him reelected, and money that Joe Biden spends now won't get Kamala Harris reelected in 4 years. I don't think Joe Biden's running in 4 years. Maybe I'm wrong. He doesn't look like he's going to be able to run in 4 years. We'll see. I wish him well. I wish him energy and good health. Pray for him every day. That's a Christian's obligation for leaders in government. But it became very obvious that his big deal is immigration. Now, this is not a bad choice. First rule of politics is divide your enemies and consolidate your allies. And an immigration bill has the possibility of doing that, but not this bill. I read to you Sungmin Kim, who was on yesterday, and we were talking about this. I want to read to you her report and then ask for your responses. 1-800-520-1234, connection to the Hugh Hewitt Show. Biden to propose overhaul of immigration laws on first day in office. President-elect Biden will roll out a sweeping overhaul of the nation's immigration laws the day he is inaugurated, including an 8-year path to citizenship for immigrants without legal status and an expansion of refugee admissions, along with an enforcement plan that deploys technology to patrol the border. that sound familiar? We tried that under Janet Napolitano. It didn't work. You know what works? Walls work. Biden's legislative proposal, which will be sent to Congress on Wednesday, also includes a heavy focus on addressing the root causes of migration from Central America, a key part of Biden's foreign policy portfolio when he served as vice president. Been there, done that, tried that, doesn't work. Everybody wants to come to America. That's because we're the greatest place in the world to live and will be for the foreseeable future. We are freedom's home. We believe in freedom. The Constitution cannot be improved upon. It can only be imitated. The British Constitution is unique to the island kingdom. It wouldn't work here. But our Constitution guarantees freedom, and people want to be free. So they want to come here. They want opportunity. They want a classless society with no friction of moving, to being able to accumulate wealth, to be able to move and get a house and raise a family and find fine schools. I don't blame everyone in the world for wanting to come. We can't have everyone come. There are two sets of problems here: the people who are in the country without permission and those who want to come into the country. The first problem is pretty easy. Let them all stay. Really, if they're not violent or criminals, let them all stay. We had full employment under President Trump a year ago before the virus struck. There aren't too many people in America. In fact, there aren't enough people. Let them all stay. The conditions of their staying and their conditions of their becoming citizens and able to vote will be negotiated. And the silly stuff about paying a fine and all that stuff, they don't need that. They just need how long to a path to citizenship and how quickly do we deport people who have violence or crime in their life. Because we don't want the dysfunction of MS-13 and other gangs coming in. It's a very small number of the, they say 11 million. I think it's more like 20 million. But it doesn't matter. We had full employment. We don't have enough people. We need more people. And there are lots of other reasons to explain that, but we really need more people. But it's the people on the outside who want to come in that present a very difficult public policy program. Now, Australia and Great Britain have adopted points-based immigration systems as opposed to family-based immigration systems. Family-based immigration systems are inherently unfair. It's like winning the lottery that you've got an uncle in America. We've got to stop that and begin to allow people to come in based upon the skill sets that they bring to the country and serve the community and the nation. Now, Biden's plan says it will only apply to people who have gotten here by January 1. Now, that's intended to stop rushes to the border, and that makes sense to me. In a significant contrast to the Obama approach. Remember, President Obama had both the House and the Senate, and he had filibuster-proof majorities. He could have done anything he wanted, and he didn't do anything on immigration. Joe Biden is leading with immigration, which is great politics, but it's a bad proposal. And so the question becomes, on what will they negotiate? There are 452 miles of wall built. I checked on it this morning. I have tweeted out the latest statistics. The wall needs to be about 800 miles to be completely effective. And then you need surveillance and border patrol, which needs to be beefed up. And you need layered defenses at the southern border. And you need increased surveillance at ports of entry and along the northern border. We have to control the people who come into the country. We have to control visas. This is a security issue. This is an existential issue. But we ought to be able to work on that, because regularization of the, let's say 15 million people, that's midpoint between the 11 and the 20. Let's say 15. That does not bother me, and I don't think it bothers many Republicans. Tom Cotton is on record as opposing amnesty, but amnesty would imply ollie ollie in free, everyone's a citizen. Not sure if he's opposed to a long period of green card followed by a period of citizenship contingent upon good behavior and community participation, paying your taxes, etc. I'll talk to him as soon as possible about it. But what do you think? 1-800-520-1234. No wall, 8 years to citizenship for anyone who's in the country. That's the Biden proposal. If you're here as of January 1, 8 years from now, you'll be a citizen. And no border wall beyond what's built. Does that fly? 1-800-520-1234. And what would you accept? What's the deal? Because a deal, it can be done here if they don't overcomplicate it. And I hope you're listening, Lindsay. Don't overcomplicate it like last time. Make it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. KISS, the old theory. It's Hugh Hewitt. I'll be right back.